In this episode, I'm going to show you guys how to write a winning cover letter for your job applications for your visa sponsorship positions overseas. So if you're interested in applying to jobs in different countries, maybe in the UK, in the Netherlands, in Canada, the United Kingdom, or Australia, you're going to need to submit a cover letter together with your CV. I'm going to be showing you guys how to write a winning cover letter, okay? So if you want to know how to do this, I'm going to be taking you on a step-by-step approach as to the attributes that make a perfect winning cover letter. All right, so all I ask you guys to do now is give me 1 second. I'm going to dash up to the market, and you guys already know I'm going to be right back with more.
You know the way I do it when I drop lyrical. Anytime I spit lyrical, philosophical. All the niggas mimical, but they stare still on taking literal. Punchlines collateral. Maximum damage.
Hello, Chronicles. Hello, YouTube. How you all doing today? It's still your value-based king, Fuse, from FuseChronicles.com. Now, like I said in the introduction, in this episode, I'm going to be taking you guys on a step-by-step approach as to how you can go about writing a winning cover letter. Now, in our episode, the episode before the last one, I took you on a step-by-step approach as to how you could go about writing a winning CV. Someone dropped a message in the comment section of that video telling me, Fuse, can you please make another video as to how to write a cover letter, a winning cover letter? And of course, the people have spoken, and Fuse is out today with this episode on how to write a winning cover letter. Now listen guys, I'm very tired, I'm very fatigued, it's been a long day. I went to our farm, okay? Don't even ask, okay? Don't even ask. Don't even ask. I'm not even going to tell you guys how that came about. But I went to our farm. It's a massive farm, over 6 acres of land. And I had to supervise a lot of farm work in that particular venture, okay? So I almost did not shoot this episode, but I just had to push myself to come up with it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to jump onto my laptop now. I'm going to tell you guys how to go about this, okay? So let's move on. So I always say you always start off with your title, okay? You always start off with your name. So even though I did this for the CV, you also need to do it for the cover letter as well. So I'm going to start with Fuse Chronicles, okay? I always do this. Okay, you know what I'm gonna do? I noticed that in that video, the font was very small, so I'm going to let me make this font 16 so you guys can see it properly, okay? So let's put Fuse Chronicles, okay? All right, we'll put that there, and we'll come down here, and we're going to put another one called location. We'll put a column, we'll come down, and we're going to put another one known as email, okay? And we'll come down, and then we're finally going to put telephone. Alright, so this is just the basics of this. So let me just put this to the center, okay? And I'm gonna make it bold as well. I'm doing it now so I don't have to do this later, okay? So location, I will put Nigeria, and email address, of course, you guys already know our official email. That is info@FuseChronicles.com. Alright, so you guys know this already. And telephone number, okay, for the sake of privacy, let me just put some random phone number, okay, put a country code, and of course I'm going to put the bracket, I'm going to put the 80, let's call it 5 this time, and I'm going to put a space, and I'm going to put 234, I'm going to put a dash, and I'm going to put 7865, okay, so this is just a random number, it's not. Now look at what I'm going to do guys, I'm just going to click on the tab for this one, okay. I'll click on the tab, I'll put them all, centralize it like this, okay? You could do it differently, you could just make it, you could make it like the top one, okay? Just like it this way, and I'm going to make this bold as well. I'm going to make this bold as well. Okay? And I'm also going to make this one bold as well. But however, I'm going to change the font. It's too big, so I'm going to make it 12. Okay, awesome. Now I'm going to come to this color. I always like my CVs or my cover letters. I always like them popping. Okay, I always like them when you see it, you say, ooh, okay, that looks different. So I'm just going to come here and fade this a little bit. Yes. And I'm going to come here, do the same as well. I'll fade that one a little bit as well, and I'll come to telephone and I'm going to fade it as well, all right? Oh, trust me, recruitment officers, they notice this stuff, guys. You'll be surprised the kind of stuff they notice, okay? So now I'm going to click here and I'm going to back it up a bit. Now we're going to jump on to this, okay? I might edit it some more, but let's just leave it like this for now, all right? So I'm going to say, dear sir. Now remember, guys, don't forget that this is a follow-up on the last one. Remember the last episode I talked about the winning CV. I made a winning CV for someone applying for a housekeeper position, someone who has never held a job before. Okay, I'm going to continue for that for this video. This is a winning cover letter for people who have never held jobs before, no experience whatsoever, because I find out this is where the challenge usually is, okay? If you have work experience and you've been working for a while, obviously this can still help you, okay? But for people who have never held any job, this is how you should or can go about it. So we still bold. Let me just move the bold, good. So let me increase the font again, okay? So you guys see what I'm writing. Maybe when I finish, I might shrink it back to the regular font. So dear sir, all right? We always start there, sir, okay? And you say, now, in this cover letter, I'm not going to say I'm a professional this, I'm a professional that, and also you're not going to come out and say I don't have work experience. You're just going to sound like a human being. Many people go about these things like a robot. They sound like robots. So you sound like a human being, like you're talking with another human being. That's how I'm going to phrase this. So, I never really wanted to be a housekeeper, okay? You see, it's very negative. I never really wanted to be a housekeeper, even though I always enjoyed organizing or properly organizing my personal space. Alright, you see, interesting. Full stop, yeah? However, growing up as one of the children, in a household, in a household of 3 brothers and 2 sisters. I was quick to notice that my siblings were very untidy and enjoyed living in clustered spaces. Okay? Now we'll move to another paragraph. You want to make your paragraph at least 3-4 lines, okay? I know this is maybe just call it just 4 lines, okay? Make it readable, okay? So I had to learn over time. That to maintain an orderly home environment, I had to take charge. So I had to learn over time that to maintain an orderly, not a orderly, an orderly home environment, taking charge. I don't want to use I had again, okay? It's going to just be a repetition. Okay? I think that's called alliteration. I'm not sure. So I had to learn over time to maintain an orderly home environment. So I had to learn over time that to maintain an orderly home environment, taking charge was key. Now, when you use the phrase taking charge, you convey to the person who is recruiting or who is going to screen this document that you are a leader. Okay? So you have to think about this stuff, okay? So taking charge was key, not keep, was key. Okay, so I'm going to proofread it when I'm done, okay? So don't worry about the errors. Was key. And this I did. Okay? Starting from maintaining our home. Ensuring that all clothes within each room in the 5-bedroom duplex were all properly folded and arranged in each closet. Okay? In each closet. Alright, now that's okay for that, okay? That's okay. Let's move on to the next one. So obviously there's an error here, so we're just gonna put the dash and that's it. That's done. Alright, so let's move on to the next one. Alright? Next was making all the beds in all the bedrooms. In all the bedrooms. Mopping the floors. Mopping the floors as well. These were all done every day. Wicked. Every day. Every day. So let me put a comma there. Every day. In line. Every day. Why is every day like this? Oh, okay. Every day. In line with my personal, or in line with my purpose statement. Oh, let's put it personal. In line with my personal purpose statements. Purpose statements, which I highlighted earlier. To keep my personal space, properly organized. Okay? That's it. Next paragraph. When I was done with our home, I moved on to the next chapter, which was my church. I noticed that a lot of our members usually used toilet paper, okay? Usually used toilet paper and discarded them along the aisle of the church. So I joined the church cleaning volunteer group. Volunteer, so the spelling is wrong. But you guys already, you get the message, yeah? You see how personal it sounds. It sounds very personal. It sounds like you're writing a love letter to somebody. So when they read it, your personality shines through. When they read it, you sound like someone that takes charge, who likes to organize his or her space. You get it? So let's move on. All right, so I joined the church cleaning volunteer group, and together with 5 other members, we started cleaning the church twice weekly. When we embarked on this project, we hit a snag. The first problem we encountered was a lack of funding. And why funding, you might ask? We had to get some cleaning materials, such as mops, buckets, and detergents. We decided that each member of the volunteer group, I didn't spell that well. What is going on, Fuse? Come on now. Volunteer group was to come on cleaning days with 1 bucket and mop each. I had to turn to YouTube. Because I promised that I would take responsibility for our detergents, for solving our detergent problem. Do you see what you've done? You just show them that you always take responsibilities and you don't wait for problems to linger on, okay? So, I learned how to mix caustic soda. And you put in bracket calcium hydroxide, okay? So I remember my elementary, let me see if I can find superscript, and I think there's supposed to be a 3 somewhere outside the bracket, okay? So I remember my elementary chemistry, okay? I remember, okay? Fuse, no stuff, okay? So I learned how to mix caustic soda with palm oil, to make both soap and detergents. Thus, this challenge was solved. It filled me. I think there's supposed to be a comma here, okay? There's supposed to be a comma here, right? It fills me. It fills me with great pride. It fills me with great pride. It fills me with great pride whenever our pastor makes reference to the good work we do in the cleaning volunteer group. Let me put a full stop there. For we not only cleaned each pew, but we also mopped the floor, shined the wood, and cleaned the windows. Not forgetting, of course, trimming all the hedges. Reference to the work, to the good work, okay? This is the level of care I plan on bringing along with me if accepted. What is this? If accepted by your prestigious, okay? So you have to big them up, okay? By your prestigious establishment. All right? So this is the level of care I plan on bringing along with me if accepted by your prestigious establishment as a housekeeper. Okay? This is level, okay? I look forward to getting on a call. I look forward to getting on a call with you to discuss more on my experience and how I could fit into your organization. As I am currently outside the UK. So if you're applying to a company in Canada, you could put outside Canada. If you're applying to a company in the US, you could put outside the US. If it's to Australia, outside Australia. If it's to the Netherlands, outside the Netherlands. Yeah? So I'm currently outside the UK. If I am accepted for this position, I will require a work visa sponsorship to come into the country. Do find attached, okay? Do find attached my CV or resume. Depends on where you're from. My CV or resume. Do find attached my CV that communicates my level of competence, as well as all educational qualification garnered. Very good. Thank you. No, is it thank you? Thank you. It's thank you best. Thank you best. Okay? As well as education garnered. Okay? Yours sincerely. Yours sincerely. Okay? So you don't need to put your name at the bottom because you put your name at the top. Okay? So this is it, guys. This is it here. This is it. Very sweet, very wicked, sexy as you already know. So this is it, guys. So you could come and you could do, let me see, do I need to do more? Is there something I need to put here? I don't think so. I think it's just fine the way it is, okay? So you could either make this like this, yeah, or you could leave it as is, okay? So we can just undo that. So you can do it the way it is, but it's perfect. This is sexy. This is just perfect. As you guys can see, everything is here. Family, where you come from, your family history, how you learn to clean, your meticulous nature, everything about it is covered in this cover letter. Okay, so this is how you structure a cover letter. This is how you don't sound like a robot if you are thinking about preparing your cover letter to make it have some form of personality. Okay, your cover letter needs to have the personality. It needs to communicate stuff beyond, professional. I've worked for 5 companies. I've done this. You notice that I talked about your history in housekeeping. Then I talked about your first job. And I didn't even say you worked for XYZ company. It was a volunteer work. Now, obviously, this is because I'm doing it for people that don't have work experience. If you have work experience, instead of volunteer work, you could put whatever company you start working first and itemize challenges and how you surmounted these challenges and whether you worked in a team, and you can make them understand that you're a leader and you take charge, okay? And somehow, if this video was confusing, if it was too fast, why don't you go down to the settings tab, click on the gear icon and modulate the speed, okay? You could lower the speed to something that suits your understanding, and if somehow that doesn't still work for you, go on down to the comment section and leave us all your comment. Don't forget, this video was as a result of a comment someone dropped and I had to make this video. So leave your comment down in the comment section and I'll be sure to respond to every comment that I see down there. So guys, if this video was helpful to anybody out there, why don't you do your boy a solid, okay? Go down, smash the subscribe button, okay? And while you're down there, click the button which is right next to the subscribe button, which is the notification button that keeps you notified when we drop more valuable content such as this one, okay? And if this video was valuable to you, if you love the value we shared in this video, come on, we tried our best, didn't we? Why don't you go on ahead and give us a like, okay? Give us that mad ass thumb, okay? Give us that thumbs up there. It helps us a lot with the YouTube algorithm. It tells Mr. YouTube that you, my friend, found this video valuable, and they're going to find more people just like you all around the world to show this video to. So come on now, give your boy a thumbs up and do us that favor, okay? And if the comment section is too public for you, maybe you're a private person and you feel that place is too public, why don't you slide into our socials, okay? We're active on 3 social media platforms, which is TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter, okay? And leave your inquiries in or on these platforms, and I'll be sure to respond accordingly when I see your inquiry. And if you have family members who are interested, they want to go abroad to work, or they're looking for work in their country, they're confused about how to write a cover letter, why don't you share our last video with them about how to write a CV and this video on how to write a winning cover letter, okay? And in our next episode, I'm going to be coming out with more jobs to the Netherlands, more jobs that offer sponsorship for people looking to travel to the Netherlands for work. So if you don't want to miss that episode when it drops, why don't you like, why don't you subscribe, and why don't you turn on the notification bell, okay? And if you want to know how to write a winning CV, maybe you missed that episode when it dropped, and you want to know how to write a winning CV that defies all competition, particularly for those who don't have work experience, or maybe you have work experience and you're still confused on how to go about it. I list 6 steps that you need to consider on how to write a winning CV, and I go on ahead and I write a winning CV right before your eyes. The video is going to pop somewhere to my right. Why don't you click on that video and get that information, okay? And until the next one, you know me already. I am your value-based King Fuse, and I'll see you guys on the next cut. Bye-bye for now.